Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm just putting a quick one out there. So, Evin Lewis, paying close attention to him in the Bangladesh Premier League, and Evin Lewis has looked really, really, really good. Now, West Indies, we just drew a test match series against Australia. Of course, we know that we don't have much T20s now coming up. So we're on to now the white ball leg of the tour in Australia. And we don't have much T20s before the T20 World Cup. So I'm just here to put some questions out there. Um, what are the likelihood of Evin Lewis being recalled for the T20 World Cup? And you're probably wondering, why am I even making this video? Why are we talking about Evin Lewis? And then also I want to talk about Shamar Joseph. What's the likelihood of us, just throwing Shamar Joseph in there, you know, and possibly become a star in our home T20 World Cup as well? So these are two personnel that I have keen interest in, and you know, I just hope that you hear me out what I have to say. If you disagree, that's fine. You can always state your opinion on these two players. But I'm just gonna express my opinion here. So Evin Lewis, right? Why am I talking about Evin Lewis? We all know Evin Lewis is one of the best players to have ever played T20 cricket for West Indies. Has the highest average and the highest strike rate among all our T20 batters with 1,000 plus runs. That's Evin Lewis. Look there, over 1,200 runs, averaging 30, strike rate above 150. Not even Chris Gale, not even Nicholas Pooran, not even Kyron Pollard, none of them. But Evin Lewis is doing that. Um, in the Caribbean now where the World Cup will take place, Evin Lewis averages 35, which is the best among any batter in the Caribbean. Averaging 35, strike rate 157. This is his T20 stats home and away. And at home, Evin Lewis is a beast. And the World Cup is being played in the Caribbean. Now, of course, we know his stats, but some might say in recent times, he's not fully fit. In recent times, he had a very poor CPL. So I just want to, for those who haven't really been in tune with franchise cricket, there's the Bangladesh Premier League taking place right now. And this is Evin Lewis. In the first game, 12 of 6. He smacked 2 sixes, big sixes in the very first over of the game. Yeah, he got out in the same, basically, at the end of the over, chasing a wide one from Al Amin Hossain, which is he's a very good bowler for Bangladesh. But Evin Lewis, in that very first game, 12 of 6, showed some intent. Then the game against Barishal, 53 of 22, smacking all the bowlers, around the park. And then Ragpur Riders, a more controlled innings, hitting the gaps with some wonderful shots through the offside, some wonderful flicks that we know from Evin Lewis for 6. He hit 3 4s and 3 6s in his 37 of 25. And then the game against Dhaka Dynamites, 26 of 13. Evin Lewis has looked really good. And in all of these games, he was dismissed basically just about the end of the power play. So Evin Lewis, this is what he's basically contributing in the power play. Now we know the three openers right now. The front runners are Brandon King, Kyle Mayers, and Johnson Charles. Now, based on Evin Lewis, his statistics of what he's done for West Indies previously, and based on the fact that he's coming into form, what if he continues this very good BPL that he's been having? Now, many might question the quality of BPL, but just to let you know, the Bangladesh Premier League has loads of talent in there. Maybe not the same in terms of high quality with the SAT20. The SAT20, I would agree, they have, the better quality. But if you look at the ILT20, BPL, and the SAT20, I would actually say BPL and ILT20, they're just round about the same. just round about the same. Trust me, I'm telling you. And some quality bowlers from Bangladesh that Evin Lewis is taking down is exceptional. For example, Taskin Ahmed, ripping into Taskin Ahmed. You know, I think I might even throw in some clips of, just for those who don't know Taskin Ahmed, throw in some clips of Taskin roughing up West Indies, bowling 145, 148 clicks, roughing up Australia. Evin Lewis tearing into him. Alameen Hussain, as I said. So Evin Lewis has looked very good in the BPL. And I want us to look at those numbers. The strike rate, 194, and the average is 42. So my question, do we think Evin Lewis can get into the squad for the T20 World Cup? And how do we get him into the squad for the T20 World Cup? Do we just go by the BPL numbers at the end of the BPL season? He won't have any time in the maroon colors, but just throw him in there for the World Cup? Your thoughts, leave your comments, please. The next person I want to talk about is Shamar Joseph. Now, I'm gonna throw in some videos of Shamar Joseph, right? But before I do that, I want us to look at the squad. And looking at the squad, this is the T20 squad that's going to play Australia, which was very similar to that of England. Looking at the squad, our two fast bowlers are, we can see O'Shane Thomas and Alzarri Joseph. These guys are two fast bowlers. Just to tick them, or fast bowlers, O'Shane Thomas and Alzarri Joseph. These guys. These are our speedster, right? Now, if we look back at that England series, O'Shane Thomas, he bowled 1 over in the 50-20 against England in the power play, and then we basically hit his next 3 overs. So, Alzarri has been used more so as the enforcer outside of the power play. Now, Shamar Joseph, the way he bowls, he could be our solution of a fast bowler in the power play to possibly partner Akil Hussain. So, my question is, I'm also going to throw in some videos so you can see Shamar Joseph bowling in the CPL. And although he didn't light up the CPL with tons of wickets, I just liked his raw aggression. Look at how he was bowling to Alec Athanas in like his very first CPL game, replacing Kemo Paul. Look at how he had Chadwick Walton. Yes, he went for a lot of runs in his first over and a lot of runs overall in the game. But he seems like a bowler that can generate extreme pace and create lots of chances in the power play. And that has been lacking. Of course, we have Matthew Ford. And we know Matthew Ford swings the ball. But there are going to be there are going to be games where it's not conducive to swing. And we need an out-and-out fast bowler that takes the pitch and the conditions out of the equation and can get wickets basically in any condition. Whether we're playing a 10 o'clock game, a 2 p.m. game, whether it's a night game, you know, we don't have to consider the condition. So, what do we think? Alzarri Joseph, O'Shane Thomas, those are our two speedsters. Can we throw in a Shamar Joseph into the mix for the T20 World Cup? And how do we get him in the team for the T20 World Cup? Those are my two questions for us to ponder on. So just leave your comment, all right, and let me know what are your thoughts. And definitely something we can discuss going forward. And definitely can come on the program and have a chat with us on Saturday, 8 p.m. for our live stream. All right, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking this one out. All right, so it's Ronaldo, and I'm out. Do have a wonderful day.